Hello everybody and welcome back to Bedrock Survival with Fix, episode 93. It's time for some big changes in this world. I got a bit of a hike to me because I'm headed over to our custom farmland, but before we even get any further, I want to show you a time lapse of the work that I have been doing because man, it has been a grind, but I think it's worthwhile. Let's go check it out. I've made a couple big decisions and you can see just how beautiful this land. Oh, it's so much better now. It's really nice. It was so blah before and now it's a really nice arc going up to where the ruined dark castle is going to be, and I think it's going to be really cool build. We're a long way off probably from building the dark castle because there's a lot of things I want to do here before episode 100, but probably starting on episode 101 I would imagine we'll really dig into that, just kind of like we did in episode 76 where we dove into the end. But yeah, today I want to do some crop fields. I want to lay out the roads that are going to go up in this area that are going to head over to the dark, let's just call it the Dark Tower. Why don't we just do that? I have been listening, by the way. I've been listening to Stephen King's Dark Tower series. I read the first 4 books when I was a kid, and I'm aware that it's all done now. It's all completed, all 7 books. And I want to listen to them. So when I say read, I mean, I listen to Audible. I don't... If I have the time to read, I'm probably playing or recording Minecraft. So Audible I can do like when I'm out on the lawn or whatever, you know. Anyways, I've been quote unquote reading the Dark Tower and really been enjoying it. Just finished book 1 and yeah, it's as good as I remember. I really like it. Anyway, let's get into what the plans are going to be. Remember this railway that we did a couple episodes ago? And I was like, yeah, we'll just do some big supports here. I have a much better idea for this portion of it. For the rest, yeah, we're just going to do supports as we were talking before. But for this area, from right here, from the Dark Tower, the whole way around to right over in that corner, right where sort of it hits the water there, we're going to wall off this forest. It's going to be a really cool build. We're going to use a lot of blackstone, basalt, nether stuff, right? And all the dark materials, maybe some andesite and you know, like the stuff that you would expect for a giant big wall. And this is so perfectly set to this rail will run right on top of the wall. And this whole forest is going to become a custom dark cursed forest. And then these people who live here set up this wall to keep the evil inside it. I think it would be a really cool idea, and maybe we'll do some magic runes or something, or some pillars to keep all the evil inside here, you know. But yeah, I think it could be a really awesome thing. So what I'm going to do is, as I cut down these trees, I'll continue to plant 2x2 spruce trees everywhere to cover this whole ground in podzol. And then after all the spruce trees are gone, eventually what we'll do is we'll come back in and we will put random blocks like or coarse dirt, or maybe some mushroom block or things like that, you know, some other browns to really do the whole floor of this entire biome. Then we'll plant in a bunch of custom, really evil, sort of mysterious dark trees. I think it'll just be an awesome build. But that's not for now. But I had this idea about the wall, and I wanted to share it with you because that's definitely what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a wall to keep the evil from the dark fortress, and then the dark tower. Maybe it used to be the dark area, and then it was defeated, but they couldn't defeat the evil that's down there, so they just built a wall to keep it in. I think it's gonna be really fun. Regardless of all that, what I want to do today is I want to lay out some crop fields, so it's time to sleep. You know what stinks about not having a bed here is, well, not having a bed here, honestly. Every single time I want to sleep, I have to go over to my little fishing village over here and take a nap because I can't put a bed down near the iron farm, or according to what I've read, it will stop working. So boo for that. Here's the basic plan. I want to take all this cobblestone that I just went and grabbed. This is, by the way, all the cobblestone I've left probably in the entire world. I've been only mining smoothstone for quite some time. And I want to lay out some fields, but before we even do the fields, first thing I gotta do is I gotta do the roads and how we're gonna kind of connect this whole area. There's a couple different thoughts I have. For one thing, I want to have the main road that's going to go up to the castle right in this area. That's kind of why I built this up, and it's not going to be dirt. We're going to do some sort of stone block there or something, but let's do, you know, I don't really have torches anywhere here. I think we can do torches, so let's just do torches. And since it's raining, we're gonna be able to see it really well, so let's go right along here. I think this will be the best approach. This will be a beautiful look to the sea. This is gonna be a big custom white cliff. The reason why I wrapped it around there is so as you're coming up this way, you can see the cliff. Otherwise, if you went kind of straight, you wouldn't see the cliff. So I think that's really an important building sort of idea and technique. You know, always whenever you're building, always consider your viewpoints. It's really, really important. So here's what I think we're gonna do. I think we're gonna have basically two roads. I think we're gonna have one road that's gonna kind of come this way, and it's gonna kind of connect back to the city over there, kind of along the river. So why don't we do a nice big wind, and we'll head over to the river this way. I want to say the reason why I'm going over here right by the river is because I think at some point there's a very probable potential mountain that's going to go over on this side. That's going to be a long way off, but I think that it's likely enough that we should stick right here by the river for the road and then kind of allow for the growth of this. Look, and if it's not a mountain, then it'll probably be more city. And if that's the case, then still along the river is still probably the right move. So we'll go right along the river and we will connect kind of this over to there. Crap, I need more torches already. Cool, that's all connected up, and I think it's gonna be really nice. Man, there's a lot of, there's so many. The opportunities are so endless in this world. I am so looking forward to delving into more of them. By the way, I'm running these beautiful parallax shaders. Oh man, are they beautiful or what? So nice. Anyway, the other way that I want to do is I want to now split off the road because this is going to be sort of what's going to separate our farmland, I think, a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll take another road towards, we're head sort of that direction, we're head towards the fishing village. I'm not totally sure how we're going to hook this up because there's going to be, should we go along here? No, you know, okay, here's the thing. We could put the road along this wall and there may end up being a road beside the wall here. But if there is, then that kind of eliminates crossing of the crops, breaking up of the crops, and that's really what I want to do. So instead, we're going to go kind of straight, although not straight, but maybe curved a little bit. And we're going to curve down here in a little bit of an S shape that I think could be kind of nice. We'll turn this way, and we'll head over to that fishing village with the road. I think that'll be really, really nice, and really connect this area. This is so perfect where it ended up. It ended up right where this path and this railway is going to go into the cave in the mountain that's going to take us through the mountain and into the fishing village and kind of into the castle proper. This dude, you know, I thought these guys despawned. This dude has been bobbing there for like 2 weeks. So long. So that kind of brings us over to this little area right here. Now, I think, and I'm not totally sure, and because we don't have an F3 screen in Bedrock, I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, I assume that this is a flower forest. Look how many flowers are in here, and they're kind of clumped together. So I had originally left this to be eventually a flower farm, you know, like a dye farm right here. I thought that would be really, really cool. Although, if we're gonna make this into a wall, it'd be nicer if this land sort of flowed into the wall. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave this go. We're gonna let it go for a little bit and let me do a little bit of research on figure out if this is a flower farm, and if so, what to do about it. And then if we decide to take this dirt the whole way into the wall, then we'll just build another big crop field right here. It's just about the right size for a crop field. And if not, then we'll figure out, we'll wrap the cliffs right around here and right down to the ground. That way this whole thing is cliffs. But I like the shape of it, but you know, I don't know. Now thinking about that being a wall, it's going to be kind of weird to be that tall with a cliff then. Besides, it's going to make this into a really weird sort of in the middle of a canyon thing that I don't think is going to really work. Okay, well, it's time. Let's jump into a time-lapse mode and build out some crop field areas here, and we'll go from there. Yes, the rain starts. I just got my camera account back on because we just wrapped up that little crop circle time lapse. Of course it's raining. And I think that's going to be good. I'm probably going to end up doing one over there, but I want to wait on it because I'm not 100% sure. So let's focus on these 4 for today. That would be a really nice big accomplishment. I can tell you one thing that one of them is going to be is definitely a poppy field because, man, do I have poppies everywhere because this iron farm is wonderful, but also you know, might as well use them. I mean, it would be fitting, I think, to have all these look, it's totally insane. Okay, so we're gonna do all these poppies first, and I want to plant one field, and then what we're gonna do after I get sort of a good feel about how this is gonna go, then we're gonna come back in and really make these look really nice. So I'm thinking the poppy field, maybe this one right here. And the way I want to do it, I don't want to go straight rows. Now, one of these is going to go straight rows, I think, because I'd like that one of them to be a pretty easy to harvest potato farm because potatoes are my iron farm up there. So I don't know which one's going to be the best for potatoes. None of them are going to be ideal because they're very rolling. So honestly, I'm probably going to actually change that already. These are pretty small. These are a lot smaller than I thought they were going to be. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go like this. We're going to go 1, 2. Wow, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and then in. And I don't care if it's exact, but this is going to be the idea. We're going to make rows of poppies between 5 and 6, sometimes 4, and then we're just going to copy it with a row in between. So something like this. And if it, you know, if it moves a little bit, that's okay too. In fact, I'm not even going to count. I'm just going to go about this many. I think that'll be really good. And then what we'll do is then we'll do another row over here. And every time this one goes in, we'll go in here. That's a stack already. Holy cow. Well, it looks beautiful, but this is all the poppies that I have. I can't believe that. I felt like I had so many. Well, maybe these fields are a little bit bigger than I thought. Let's take a quick little look and see how this is. Hey, what's up, mountain? There you go. Man, for Bedrock, it renders so beautifully that every once in a while when it doesn't render, I'm like, what the heck's going on here? Yeah. Okay, I need a lot more poppies. That's totally fine. Next thing we're gonna do is work on these guys here. This is gonna be a little bit grindy here, but I have I did grab a bunch of cobblestone. So I have all my, well, I'm actually out of cobblestone, but I have this many stairs and slabs and walls made up. So at least maybe I can do the poppy field. And in fact, I'm actually probably going to end up gathering a bunch of cobblestone because I do these, whenever I make these things, I make them really fast. And I kind of do that on purpose. Partly is that I do everything kind of fast, but I do it fast because I think it looks a lot more random and a lot better if you go fast. So that's kind of one of the things that I do generally when I'm laying out this sort of crop field, which I've done now in Minecraft quite a few times. You know, I mean, this is my first rodeo, as they say, I guess. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start piling up this stuff just kind of randomly, and then what we'll do is then we'll come back through after I get a little bit decent of a variation, just kind of like this. Then we'll come back through with maybe some mossy, maybe some stone brick, maybe another block of some sort, maybe andesite, I don't know, and just kind of finish this off where that way it doesn't need a lot of different blocks, but it can't be all cobblestone because blah for that. But I think you got to do this in layers to get a really nice even look. Otherwise it's pretty obvious that I think it doesn't get as random, you know what I mean? It's not as random as you might want it if you don't do it sort of in layers around. So the other thing we're gonna do is every time the cobblestone's on the edge, we're going to bring it down like that. Just make sure that you don't see cobblestone on top of dirt, because blah for that. All right, let me do this field at least, and then we'll come back and discuss. Okay, I'll be honest, I'm having some second thoughts about this. The Bedrock, the way it renders is actually the reason why. You can't see these from far away at all. And this is where kind of having the awesome distance really works against you. Because look at those crop fields, see? See them all phase in as you get closer? Same thing over here. Well, watch, look, there's no flowers, there's nothing. It just looks like an empty field completely. And this field is detailed. And now all of a sudden you can start to see them. Now it could be that it's because these are the half size, the 1 block tall flowers. Maybe they should be the 2 tall. I think that probably would look better. I got a little antsy because I have a billion poppies and I thought that would be cool. But I'm really having second thoughts. I'm gonna let this one go. I mean, I don't have any more poppies anyway to finish it, but I'm gonna let this one go, and we're just gonna sit on it for a little bit. And then while I'm waiting, I'm gonna do a real crop field over here where we're gonna do like probably potatoes or corn, or a crop, right? And so we'll do that, and then we'll kind of come back, and we're just gonna think about that one and see how we feel about that. I mean, here it looks kind of cool, especially imagine once we get some bone meal and I want to do a couple little trees and things like that. But I mean, it looks good here. I think it looks cool, but it's not going to be great kind of from over there, Gotta tell you a couple things. First, these crop fields are definitely big enough. It's taken quite a bit of time just to plant just this one, because I did decide to go with the sort of walkways. It just adds so much more interest rather than doing one all completely filled. Although that being said, the wheat will probably be completely filled. You know what? I missed this. I forgot this area apparently. That's okay. We'll I don't have any more. We'll grab some more carrots once some are grown. Can I grab this one? I made it. Oh no, I don't even have room for it. Okay. All right, this is gonna go badly. Anyway, as I was saying before, I had to fix that little problem. Yeah, the walkways definitely add a lot of interest, so I went ahead and did the same over here. Tried to not go in a straight line. I think it makes a lot of sense. I had sort of had some dream of the potato one being straight, but honestly, I'm never going to harvest these because first, I'm not hydrating these fields. I'm just planting them like straight, just like this. And secondly, they're so hilly and so many jumps, it would just be really awkward. So if I ever want to harvest potatoes, I'll make a very flat potato field if I need a really big one. But honestly, the underground fields I already have for the farmer trading area is just plenty. Another thing I discovered with some time after doing one full field is that this little gap right here, which I was going to come in and fix, I was going to put blocks sort of on the front edge of all of it. Honestly, it totally doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because once these are grown, like you can't even tell at all. Let me show you up here where the carrots are. Okay, yeah, and the other thing that's really annoying me is Enderman keeps stealing my grass. But yeah, look, you can't even see. I mean, you can't even see it. Like this, there's little gaps all along there and you can't even see it. So it's totally fine. So I'm gonna plant this potato field, and then the other field that we're gonna do down there is, I think this one's gonna go, honestly. I think what I'm gonna do probably is do rose bushes instead and just use all of my bone meal on rose bushes. It's kind of, I don't have tons and tons of bone meal yet to spend on something like that, but these poppies are just not, they look so cool from here. And maybe I could do rose bushes and poppies, like maybe alternating rows or something and make it look like, beginner rose bushes, baby rose bushes. But I don't know, how badly and how dumb they look from just a little bit further away, it kind of negates how good they look from here. So I think I'm gonna get rid of these. I'm very likely gonna turn this one into like rose bushes, and then that one down there into wheat, and then the other one over there that I haven't marked out yet, also wheat. That way we have a couple wheat fields. I think that probably makes the most sense. So, I knew that was gonna happen. All right, let me plant this potato field and we'll come and check in. Well, let's go take a look, shall we? I got the wheat in, the potatoes in, the carrots in, and I'm gonna decide on the red poppy / maybe rose bush thing. And yeah, you know, I'm just looking at it from here because this is, you know, I spend most of my time here in the castle. I'm not going to be that close this time, and it not being farmland itself is kind of weird. So I think I'm gonna get rid of it and maybe make it like another potato field, or I could go beetroot, but I'd almost rather not. I don't know. So I'm thinking maybe we'll do either carrot or potato here. Okay, let's do either carrot or potato here. So we're gonna take back all these, and then I still have room for one more field over there. And this is the one I didn't mark out yet. But basically, the road's gonna wrap around, so this whole thing's gonna be field, and it's gonna be the biggest one. So it's gonna be wheat for sure. So let me pick up all these poppies. Oh, that sounds like a fun use of time, and do something with them. I don't know what. I guess maybe smelt them or turn them into bone meal. I don't know. Oh man, this is gonna be painful. Okay, all right. I'm gonna pick up all these dudes. Why didn't I think of this before? Now I have to do all this picking up poppy crap. I could use water, I guess. You know, yeah. I'll just pick one. Okay. All right. I'll see you on the other side. We can probably wrap up this project here soon because I'm not going to be doing the pathways and all that kind of stuff for a good while. That's going to take quite some time to get all those in. So we'll get there in time. All right, folks, the longest farming session, at least in my life, is over for the day. We've spent a whole bunch of hours doing this. I was going to do a time lapse, but I mean, you've seen me plant crops, right? So yeah, so we have now 4 fields, 1 wheat. This I like the wheat probably the most, but I think the other ones are maybe more interesting. Let's get up a little bit higher here so we can slowly float in and take a look. Yeah, I think it's really cool. These paths we're gonna do another day, maybe next episode, maybe an episode later on, and then this big field here is gonna be a big wheat field that we're gonna do again either later or maybe between episodes or something. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I think we are all out of time today. What I want to get into next episode, at least, or very soon, is I really want to dive into that cactus farm I have in the end, because I want to be able to AFK there and just have it just give me tons of bone meal, because I want to really work on these cliffs. There's a lot of stuff I want to get done before episode 100. And here we're like, what, 7 episodes left, right? These mountains are not going to get done. That's just... I accept that. Like, that's a many week long project, and that's totally fine. I can live with that. But I want to get this done. I want to get the road done. This area here, I'd like to get the cliffs done, and I'd like to maybe put up a facade of a castle here, maybe. And if I get really out there, maybe work on like this wall, because that way I could start the process of terraforming this forest. Sort of, again, that's kind of off camera, but you know, there's a lot of stuff that's coming later on, and we have a really nice start here. I really like it. I think this is a really interesting thing, and I love that you can see it. The way it's banked, it was a lot of work to build up all this landscape. That is for sure, but it was really worth it. I think it was really cool. You know, another reason why a lot of bone meal is so I can really not worry about if I want to get a field of 2 tall flowers. I was thinking about doing this with roses, and I was like, man, I don't have enough bone meal. I would need stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of bone meal, and I have a couple stacks. So yeah, I would just need to go crazy. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye, everybody.